that the world will see you live in me. Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. You know me and you love me, you fill me, so send me to shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. Know me, love me, fill me, send me. Know me, love me, fill me, send me. Oh, know me, love me, fill me, send me. To shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me. You know me and you love me, you fill me, so send me. Know me, love me, fill me, send me. Know me, love me, fill me, send me. Know me, love me, fill me, send me. To shine.
Hi boys and girls, this is Sandra here again from Scrabble. I'm going to tell you another story today. So I thought today we'd maybe start off our story. I don't know whether you have one of these at home, but this is called a globe. And this globe tells you where lots of countries are all around the world. And it would always tell us, as well as that, where maybe different lakes and special rivers would have been. So today's story is about a particular lake, and it comes from a book in the Bible. All our stories come from a book in the Bible, and today's story is found in the book of John, and it's found in John chapter 6 verses 1 to 15. And it starts off today. I just want to show you a picture. It shows you a picture of a little boy, and the little boy would have said to his mum, "Mum, I heard about a special person, and this special person was called Jesus." And it's like lots of the stories we hear about Jesus in the Bible. But he had heard about Jesus who was down beside this lake, Lake Galilee. And he said, "Mum, can I go down and see what Jesus has to say to all these people?" There would have been lots and lots and lots of people. So off he would have went. And off he would have went down towards all the crowds of people. And as he got there, he would have got closer and closer. And he would have seen Jesus doing lots of wonderful things. And some of those wonderful things would have been called a miracle. It would have been things like you just couldn't even imagine. Things that people were very, very sick. And a bit like us praying to Jesus now for things to happen, that we would just, things that we're worried about. People who are sick, or even things just like our homeworks at school, things that we're worried about. But these would have been from small, small things to big, big things. And Jesus would have helped all these people. So the little boy would have stood and he would have listened as Jesus would have spoken. And after a while, the people were starting to get a bit tired and a bit hungry. And one of his disciples would have said, "Master," they would have called Jesus Master. And what shall we do? All these people. Should I ask them if they've got any food? So he would have went and he would have said, does anybody have any food? But you know something, boys and girls? They all shook their head no. Nobody had any food. Because I don't think they thought they would have been there that long. And they had been there a long time. Because what Jesus had to talk about was so interesting. And they all sat and they listened. And they listened and they listened. But they were getting a wee bit tired and hungry. But this little boy came along, and do you know what he had? Do you know what he had? A little basket. And in that basket, he would have had 5 little loaves, little tiny pieces of bread. Just like little bread we might dip into our soup, or maybe even have one if we were taking a wee lunch to school. And 2 tiny little fish. And he would have had it in a little basket, a bit like our packed lunch box, only it was a long time ago and they would have put their food in the basket. And he would have said to one of Jesus's disciples, could I give Jesus this? Well, what do you think he would have said? Do you think the disciple would have thought, how could all that food do this number of people? But he took the food over to Jesus. He took the food over to Jesus. And once again he said, Master, this little boy has given me this basket of food. And boys and girls, you know what Jesus done with the basket of food? Remember, it was only 5 little rolls and 2 fish. He prayed over it. He closed his eyes and he blessed that food. And he started to get the people to all sit down in different groups. A bit like when we're in school, we maybe have to sit down at different times to do things. All the people would have sat down, maybe groups of 12 or 20, all groups all over the place. And all the baskets of food would have been given out. And the people started to eat. They would have eaten. They would have eaten. Then some of the fish would have been handed round and they would have eaten and eaten. And before they knew it, they've got very hungry. And the hunger then started to go. So it started off being very hungry, and the more they ate, they started to get full up. And another bit and another bit. So that hunger left them, and they were completely full up. And at the very end, so hard to believe, but there wasn't 1 basket left, or 2, or 3, but there were 12 baskets of food left. And all the people who had been there that day, and you know how many people were there? 5,000 people. So 5,000 people had been fed that day out of 1 basket of food that had 5 little loaves and 2 fish. And out of that 1 basket, 12 baskets were left. And you know something, boys and girls? That was called a miracle. And remember, Jesus does miracles. And if you ask Jesus to do lots of things that you're worried about, he can't make like things just happen. But if you asked him about something you're worried about, you know he'll do what's best for you, because he always knows what's best. And that's the end of today's story. And remember, it's found in the Bible. So if we could just finish off today with your memory verse, and it's found again in a book in the Bible, Romans 3, verse 23. For all have sinned, that means we've all made mistakes, we've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Romans 3, verse 23. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Can we just close our eyes and finish with a prayer? Dear Lord Jesus, we thank you that no matter what, and no matter what we're worried about, that Lord, you do miracles. You know, Lord, about all the things that we're concerned about, all the things that we worry about. You have already it sorted. You know what's best for each one of us. And I just pray, Lord, that no matter how small it is or how big it is, that you'll take care of those small and those big things, and that you'll look after us in all that we do. Amen. See you soon.
Jesus said, come follow me. Mark 1, verse 17. With my heart and what I say, I will follow Jesus every day.
Over here, over there.
I will follow Jesus everywhere.
Over here, over there.
I will follow Jesus everywhere. Jesus said, come follow me. Mark 1, verse 17. With my heart and what I say, I will follow Jesus every day.
Over here, over there.
I will follow Jesus everywhere.
Over here, over there.
I will follow Jesus everywhere.
Over here, over there.
Let's follow Jesus everywhere.